Black African power. What's good? What's happening? Well organized lie. Defeats of disorganized truth every time. Woo-hoo-wee. Man, y'all already know what it is, man. It's God killing the house. And I come to do what I got to do. And I'm going to do what I got to do. I'm standing tall. I'm standing strong. Hey, y'all know what it is, man. Bobby banging this bitch. Man, look, man. Yeah. Yeah. We're going to figure it out. Man, go check out the last shows, man. We've been doing our God series, man, to get us up to date and how we doing it. See, we double streaming, man. Feel free to jump aboard, man. Everybody need to hear it. Everybody need to hear it. I like that. Peace to the gods. Yeah. Peace to the gods. The only gods I know is the human beings. Now, if you think human beings manifest as God, then you're thinking like an Egyptian. If you're thinking like somebody in Baltimore, Maryland, or Harlem, and you say the gods, then you're thinking like African Americans. The whole thing is very, very interesting to me, especially when you really get into the roots of what religion is. Man, I got some people in the chat. The stars that came out tonight. Juju. You know what it is, man. Pseudo Killer. Dirty Breeze. Pseudo Killer Army, man. What's good with you? What it do? What it do? What it do? Objective perspective. What it do? What it do? Ben Eden. What it do? What it do? What it do? Shaka Raw King Black. What it do? What it do? What it do? Lee Solo. What it do? What it do? Alex Torres. What it do? Man. You know, we always want to elevate our game, man, and keep it super tight and keeping it right. And just how we do it, man. Yes, I ain't got time to play with Sabio. I need to put his name. I don't know the hell. I don't know who the hell it is. Shit. I know Sabio, and I don't always say his name right, but that's all I know. Yeah, we're gonna crank it up tonight. Yo, we're gonna use some. You done messed it up. Now that I know that's you, what the hell? Hell, it was fun when I ain't know who the hell it was. Now I know it's you. Shoot, the homeboy. Listen, man. Basic lesson. But let's dispel the myth, right? Let's just dispel something that has been complete foolery in the community for real. All right? And I'm gonna tell you what the foolery was. Or let's say this. But tell you what the foolery continues to be. All right. We had a good show last night, man. We talked about some of the church fathers and we ran them up out of Africa. That's what we actually did. We figured it out. We pieced it out and figured it out. Yeah, we won't play African Christianity. We won't do that. That's a scam. They're trying to scam you. Let it be where it is. Don't let them scam it like that. The elders was definitely promoting that. We ain't doing it no more. What I want to do is I want to start this off. We're going to do some quick blue letter joint real fast, right? To show you where we was definitely starting off with the mistakes. Hold on. I'll get it right there. All right. Gonna go to the favorite spot. Y'all know what it is. Psalms 82:6. That's the favorite one. Yeah, and we all got scammed right here. We all got scammed. Definitely all got scammed right here. Hold on. Hold on. Goodness gracious. All right. Okay, we're gonna get right to it, man. Let me pull it up. 1 second. Uh-huh. If we can get there. All right. Okay. All right, man. Let's get into it. Got 28,000 in the building, man. Man, I see you, Sister Sci-Fi. What it do? What it do? What it do? Man, y'all know before we get started, man, we gotta get into that damn groove, man. Man, let's go ahead and gun them down. Source them down. Man, let's get it.
Man down. Hit home with the knowledge frown.
See the pseudos come around. Gun them down. Source them down. See the pseudos come around. Gun them down. Source them down.
Clowns down, pseudo around, that's when it all gets crazy. Broke man lazy, so those never phase me. Driving this daisy, bitch, niggas crazy. Read the book, slick niggas gave me. Riding waves like the Navy. Knowledge cool, full of bravery. Always kill them pseudos, never maybe. Using gifts, science gave me. Staying right, speak, I'm loud on the mic. Using gifts, science gave me. Always talking shit. Pseudo killers on top the gravy.
See the pseudos come around. Gun them down. Source them down. See the pseudos come around. Gun them down. Source them down. See the
Come around.
gun them down. Source them down.
Man, let's get right to it, man. Y'all see the source? Let me put the source up on the board, man, so we can get right to it, man. Make sure y'all like and subscribe, man, to the Community Skeptics, man. Hit the like button, man. Like and subscribe on sa.neter Studios, man. Let's get into this lesson, man. Hell, we still got people struggling to realize that goddamn humans come from Africa. Ain't that a damn shame? That's why we gun them down and source them down. If you struggling to know where the hell humanity came from and you teaching, we're going to gun you down. Or shall I say, source you down. It makes no sense at this point. Flip crazy. So this lesson might be a little bit hard and complicated. I hope not. So we just come right here, and this is where we all learned it. We learned it right here, coming out the Bible, Karis 1 and them, Rakim. Yeah, they took you to Psalms 82:6. I have said, ye gods, and all of you are children of the Most High. Remember that? But watch this. Let's go to Psalms 82:1. God standeth in the congregation of the mighty. He judges amongst the gods. Now, our African American being super slick, trying to get the knowledge together. We heard the rappers say it, and they were saying, yo, right here, yo, see it, say we gods. Say we all gods, man. And they tell you that God judges amongst the gods. Yep. That was like our first lesson. We run around saying, peace, God. What's up, God? And then we learned that the Egyptians called themselves gods. I mean, did that for years. And then we got sophisticated and said, that's a bunch of crap. We started to realize that the biblical text was actually dealing with a particular religion coming from a particular landmass, that geography was associated with it. And we was talking about Palestine, Judea. We was actually talking about the Middle East. As we grew up and we recognized what was going on, we became more able to dispel the lies that we had promoted. And so based off this text right here, this is a Hebrew text written by Hebrews. And they was never saying that God judges amongst the gods. Because if we keep it in its proper cultural context, we start to recognize that the Hebrews only believed in one God. So how in the hell is they judging amongst the gods? We ain't use our tools. We use the tools that clearly show you everything must be put in its proper cultural context. Now I know African Americans, we do what the hell we want to do. I get it. But we ain't doing it for this lesson. So the word God right here is Elohim. We say that's a plural, could be, but in its proper context, it's just dealing with one God. El, standeth in the congregation, he judges amongst the mighty. Let me get this. Come on now. Now, let's click on the word Elohim, 430, and reveal to you what they're really trying to say. Easy lesson right here, so you don't get all confused and wild out. This word, when they translate, and I learned this from Dr. Ben. He said when they come to a particular passage and they want to translate it, they might get confused at times, and what they'll do is they'll always rely back on the culture. Same thing when they was deciphering the meta-nature, or my fault, translating the meta-nature, because deciphering it, they did that, but the hardest thing to do is to put in its proper cultural context. So you got to know something about the people in that particular time when you're doing a translation. And so during that time period, since they wouldn't have been praying to more than one God, and if they did, they was getting away from their traditions and would be in trouble, right? Of course. So really, that word God is really, if you understand Hebrew culture, it's talking about a ruler or judge or judges, right? Or angels or divine ones or gods or goddess or godlike one, all right? Or just the true God. But in this particular passage, to make it make sense, they're simply saying God stands in the congregation, he judges amongst the rulers or the judges. Simple. It's in its proper cultural context, and recognize it ain't your culture at all, and it sure as hell ain't African American culture. So you don't get the right to do that. You can play with it, but if you're serious about your studies and you're trying to get back home, you can't play with it. There's no disputing this, and you can't get around that. Next thing I want to do is move real fast. Oh man, hold on. Man, I'm trying, if I can get to the daggone, goodness gracious, how the hell do you sound? Oh man, they wilding out. Okay, well, they play too much. When did they ever try to charge you? All right, here you go. All right, so let's come to the word God. Let's get this out your mind. All right? It's another thing. When you study anthropology, they want to put it in its proper cultural context. One God does not fit all. So when you come to the word God, you're talking about in English, right? And like I said, religion is a cultural social system, right? Of set beliefs, behaviors, practices, ceremonies like funerals and weddings. These are all what make your culture. Sacred places, divine things. You may have ancestors, you may have gods, you may or may not. You may have one god, you may have 30 gods. But the word God is really a Germanic word, simple as that. The origin of it is simple. In English, we say God, supreme deity, the Christian God, the image of God, godlike person, but it's the Proto-Germanic, Gutten, source of Old Saxon. All right, Frisian, Dutch, God, Old High God, German, Gut, or Gut, Norris, Gu, which is uncertain origins, perhaps Pa, Indo-European, Gut, that which is invoked. Also, Old Church Slavic, Zuvu, to call, Sanskrit, Huta, invoke. Indra, root, invoke, to call, right? Summons, to sacrifice. So basically, in this word, it's a culture. They talk about Germanic people or Indo-European. Indo-European people safely fixed in a particular geography in Asia. And this is what they did in their culture. And so as we really get into our studies, we recognize real quick, real easy. That's not to say that indigenous people didn't have something that you could call God, but I want to put you in a cultural framework for when you say these words and understand. When you say God, you in Old English. When you say good, Norris, Old Norris. I think it's important to get the study right so when you're moving forward, you don't make the regular mistakes. This is easy work right here. Now, of course, we speak English, so we say God, but I want to always get the frame right, work right. I want to get the mindset right so we can move forward and we can grow. You understand why I don't believe. Because now I'm calling on ancestors from German, Old English, King James and the boys. Yeah, we African-American culture. Part of African-American culture is Christianity, absolutely, positively. But that don't mean you had not been hoodwinked. That don't mean you had not been led astray. Yeah, you did a lot under the banner of Christianity. I always argue that it wasn't the Christianity that made you do it. It was your survival skills that made you do it. It was you, the human being, trying to endure one of the worst things in it, a travesty, an egregious travesty of the enslavement of a human population, the largest forced migration on planet Earth. And part of that forced migration was to enslave you. Part of enslavement is to erase your culture. And the quickest way to erase your culture is through your religion, because religion is what? It's a social cultural system of behaviors and beliefs in sacred places. And so Jerusalem becomes a sacred place. No longer in Ghana, no longer in Nigeria, no longer in Africa. So right there, mentally speaking, you don't see yourself as being divine or come from a divine place. So I get why we accepted that's all we had. We made the best out of it. But now we're in a place we can say we don't believe that shit. Then we can really have a serious adult conversation about it. We don't have to play Hebrew and we don't have to play Egyptian. We don't have to play it all. We can just call it what it is. You can believe what you want to believe, and I'm not asking you to go believe some African deities that you don't understand. I'm simply saying, what is the source of me saying I'm a non-believer? Because I reject social systems that I have to believe in that make me think that I'm subpar. I don't think that. And so there'd be like a Pastor Bennett. He'll make the statement, well, this is my God. And he'll give you a whole sermon and praying to God. And it was God that got us through it. I say, well, how come it wasn't voodoo that got you through it? See, that shake them up when you say that. They get a little shook, right? How come it wasn't the African gods that got us through it? Now, I ain't saying I believe any of that. I understand it's the people that got us through it. It's the working together, male and female, children, sacrificing. That's why I fight so hard for what I do. That's why the mission that we're doing is so serious, right? And right in front of your face, I grew up in front of your face. You said, well, you changed some things, but of course I did. Had to grow out of it. One day I'll give you the whole story. So I'm not saying that African people didn't have what you as an African American would call God. I'm saying God invokes a cultural container of ideas and expressions. So if I say voodoo, that invokes a certain thing in y'all, you a little bit scared of the voodoo, you be like, oh, that man gonna put some voodoo on me. See? Words have power because they invoke emotion. Never thought about it that way, huh? I often tell a story that I practiced voodoo because I had to not be afraid of it. Right now, if I was to ask y'all to get into a traditional African religion, y'all be like, shit, you're a little bit scared. Now, I wouldn't ask that of you at all. I did it so you don't got to do it. But I'm just saying, there's a barrier there, yo. You like, yo, she put a spell on you, yo. If she put some voodoo, I dare you. Try it. Next time you around your family, yo, say, look, I'm gonna do a voodoo ceremony. He gonna, you know, that's how my family looked at me when I did the voodoo ceremony with my kids. All my kids was born. I did a traditional African voodoo ceremony, brought in a voodoo priest, the whole 9 yards. They was like, gave their African names and all that. He was like, what is this, man? I'm bringing the spirits in. It was crazy, yo, crazy. Then you fake them out. You put the plate out there, right? Put the ceremonial plate for dinner. You see everybody walk by that table, they be looking. They be looking and trying to see if the spirit gonna come through. Yeah, so that's, oh man, that phone got me on this one. Yeah, they'll walk by the table and see the plate. Everybody look at it like, everybody waiting to see if somebody gonna eat that food, yo. And it's our mental thing, right? And so same way with the bad information, same way with all the vaccine, all the metal, everything. It's just people have co-opted, something that's already ingrained in us through the genes, and that's belief. So I always like to tell people that atheist doesn't mean I stop believing. As an atheist, it simply means I don't believe in your religion or God. That's all. I have beliefs, right? Superstitions and all that. I mean, people like to take the human quality out of the atheist. It's the most wildest thing. Even that word itself invokes something. So let me just simply say, man, I just don't, I have no evidence to verify that there's a God. And then once you realize it's the German, Norse, Old Saxon, Frisian, Dutch thing, yo, you be like, man, come on, man, knock it off. And then African Americans be a little scared of voodoo because that's actually a god. Y'all didn't even know that. Y'all didn't even know that voodoo was a god. I bet y'all won't say no prayers to the high voodoo. Y'all scare yourself. You definitely scare yourself half to death with that. You would. You on a thing with you? Oh, she can't run. Popped up on the wrong joint. So you got to get what I'm saying, man. If the word voodoo strikes some emotion, then the word God strikes some emotion, and African Americans, you don't want to say you don't believe in God. You be thinking you'll get struck down. It take a lot to get to this space right here, yo. So that's why I'm giving a lesson. The lessons help lessen the blow and help you get to where you need to get to. We're trying to ease it up. And then after y'all get out of Islam, Christianity, and Judaism, then y'all dive right into the new age. It's the craziest thing ever. You bring the bags of Christianity with you to the new age, because new age is simply the retelling, the recycling of Christianity and the adding on other religions. Never African religions, though. Never that. Remember, I'm the one to say, yo, I always talk about traditional African, what it mean, because I've been around enough brothers and sisters that do the actual practice of it and talk about it and do the historical study about it. So I know when y'all cheating and scamming. So when I say, yo, Africans believed in this and believed in that, I'm telling you from a historical standpoint, when you hear other people say, well, they didn't believe this, that's a bunch of crap. They had religion and they believed. So they ain't have to have the word religion, and they didn't have to have the word God, because those words are actually cultural containers, but we had similar practices. That is the truth. So now we handled that African American thing, claiming we gods, right? That's an Egyptian thing. All right. African American thing, taking the Bible and saying, we've said we're God, all of your children most high. That's an Eric B. and Rakim thing. That's a Karos One thing. That's a nation and gods on earth thing, but it's actually incorrect when they use the biblical text, because the biblical text is not an African book. Christianity is not an African thing. It was brought to Africans. It's a Hebrew thing. It's New Testament is written by third generation Hebrews educated in Greek, which is the lingua franca of the day, or the spoken language of the day. Ain't got nothing to do with Africa. I don't give a damn if you got some church fathers that come from Africa. They're simply retelling the story. And oh, by the way, we're not North Africans. We're not Northeast Africans. We're Western Central Africans. Not to disrespect other parts of Africa, but this is part of the lesson to get this straight. And to be certain and to be sure, we're not even continental Africans. We've been gone for about 400 years. We have a whole different cultural dynamic, right? Whole different language, whole different plants, different animals, whole different thing. We have different admixtures, different, and that's okay. I enjoy celebrating the differences of what make us African Americans, or Black African Americans, however you want to say it, or foundational Black African Americans. Love it, love it. Right? We did a whole show yesterday talking about inoculation, how it came from Africans, continental Africans, that was brought to America. We talked about that. We talked about the struggle. We talked about how they bring their high-level medical science, right? In the midst of the scientific revolution, they bring their medical practices that was better than what the Europeans had against smallpox. Serious work. So I'm never disrespecting Africa, and I'm never disrespecting the African American, and I don't have a problem with separating the goddamn two, because there's a big difference. And I ain't never have a problem with saying, hey, yo, America is America because we built it. I ain't giving it back. Y'all go give it back. I ain't giving it back. Because when they tell you to go home or go back, they got to go too. We gonna go together. We came in together, then we can leave together. Wherever I got to go back to, you got to go back somewhere too. Because last time I checked, you didn't do it by yourself. Back to the lesson though. So this word God is tricky. It's a culture container unto itself, and it sets up a certain framework. It sets up a certain way of seeing the world. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're looking through the world, right? Through a culture. When you say God, it's an understanding. that you wasn't actually raised in before you was enslaved. It's something a little bit different there. Right, wrong, and different. You say, yeah, we long past that, whatever. I'm simply making the case that words invoke ideas and concepts in certain cultures. And I think we need to understand this so that when we're looking at different gods or different deities, or looking at Kulu amongst the Zulu, we can kind of see the separation, see what they was trying to do, and not get caught up in howling and screaming about a one damn God. So is it the gods or the one God? Ifa has many deities. Obatala, we can say Obatala, Odudomari. We can just go on and on and on. And so some conversations is easy fixes, like that debate they had about did they believe it, or whatever, all that. Man, that's an easy peasy one. That's an easy peasy one, at least for me. So that's the lesson. We started off right there. And then I'll just make it real simple for you. Human believed in the multiplicity of things around them, way before they settled on one God. And we can chart it. We can go to Zoroastrianism and we can go to Akhenaten, right? He worshiped Aten, worshiped the sun, and he literally thought that was the damn king of the sky, right? To ancient people, hell, the people right now, the sun is the most powerful thing in your world. Nothing is more powerful than the damn sun. And the ancient people worshipped it as God, literally. And then y'all say, well, why you pick Reggie? Pick Reggie because, watch this. I'm gonna show you how you know Reggie won this. Because he was the one that was flexible. He understood that at times things could be literal and times couldn't be. On the other hand, the other dude wasn't flexible. He gave us some rule as a rule. Yeah, this is the exception rule. Listen. So basically, what people are saying that the African didn't have the ability to make a guess or to put together what they thought was legitimately how the universe came to being. So you can't have it both ways. If you think they ain't think shit was literal, meaning they didn't think the netter was literal at all, so then they didn't think the creation of the universe was literal. Because you can't have a creation of the universe by something that's not literal. A concept or idea don't start the universe for indigenous people. They really thought that these particular natures came into being. Let me help you out. None. The primordial waters of Nun rose Kepera. Out of the primordial waters of Nun rose Kepera. Things that transform, evolution, evolved. Y'all ain't know that? They nature, right? If you thought that he was thinking that just was an idea and a concept, or you actually thought they believe that's how the universe came to be, and literally, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Easy work, right? Let me drop the link, man. Y'all get on the show, man. Let's have some fun, man. Make the lessons easy and short. That way you don't forget. Easy and short. Easy and short. King Cosmo say, God is life, man. God is made up by human beings. The German. Yo got the German. You'll say the German. You'll say the German is life. Yeah, you're essentially saying. So early Homo sapiens, they worship trees, they worship birds, bees, they worship deified things that were essential for their survivability, man. Right? And then later on, you find them having some type of structure to it. And then later on, after they develop writing, the first thing that appears in early writing is a way to count their damn money. Yeah, the earliest form of writing is not about religion and the deities and the gods. It's about writing. Thought I was going to say it was about the gods, didn't you? Here you go. Yeah, I'm gonna show y'all something. Let me see. Got the dryer. Let me see. Gunther dryer. Let me see if I got something. Gunther dryer. Gunther dryer. Gunther dryer. Gunther dryer. I wonder, do they have? He's German, and he dug up some seals at Abydos. Let me see if I can get here and show y'all what they look like. Shoot. Let me do this. God damn. All right. Let me see if I can find it. Find some images for y'all. All right. There you go. Can y'all see this? Here's some of the oldest forms right here. Ain't had nothing to do with no God, no nothing. There you go. Yeah. Right there. Some trading sales right there. Don't got nothing to do. Absolutely nothing to do with no God, no nothing. None of that. Nope. Got everything to do with money. The bread. The cash. The dineros. How to count your money. Get your bread right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Everything. Anything but God. Yeah. There you go. There you go right here. Let's see if I can make that bigger. Oh, man. Y'all can see that, right? See if I can make this bigger for y'all. Blow it up a little bit for you. All right, here you go. There you go. Ain't got nothing to do with no God. See that hole in there? So they can hang it on their products and goods. That's what the hole is for. All right? No, your ancestors didn't produce this, but indigenous African people did. That's okay though. I big up Africans, period. No matter what the hell they are, North Africans, East Africans, South Africans, but I want to make sure I know who the hell we is. Market tags. I like that. Big up to Chris Harris, man. MVP pseudo killer. He's in the goddamn building, man. Big up to you, man. And we got a new member, man. Super straight. Super straight and the green glow. The green glow. Man, big up for joining the channel, man. And big up to the MVP, man. Yeah, so, so those first early forms of writing wasn't had nothing to do with no damn gods. Right? Even when we go to the cave art, you see animals and hunting animals and food, clothing, and shelter, bro. All right. That's keeping it a buck. Keeping it a buck. Milking the cow, milk, all that. Yeah. So yeah, we just gotta get out this crazy mindset, man. They got us controlled mentally with this thing. We can't even think it through. We gotta get past the easy lessons. These the easy lessons right here. Easy lessons. And so, like I said, we start off with the multiplicity of things. Why do early humans start off with the multiplicity of things? Because they're actually fighting for food, clothing, and shelter. You can't do nothing without that. Because without food, clothing, and shelter, you can't protect valuable offspring, and invaluable offspring does not get protected, then it has no value to it. The offspring has no value to it if you can't reproduce. If you can't afford to take care of the offspring, then they die. And what do they need? They need food, clothing, and shelter. Right now, when you have babies, you better get some resources to take care of them kids. Now, my last one is in college. talking about resources, I got 5 of them. 3 of them graduated, 1 in their 3rd year, and 1 starting their 1st year. And that shit take nothing but bread. Take all the resources, yo. You know what I'm saying? It just do. Now, if you're a better planner, I ain't planning to have 5 kids with no damn college, but better planner, you would put up a certain amount of money when they born and all that. But shit, y'all know the life I live. So look, get it out the ground, yo. Man, I got an old fan right here, been following me since the Nikki Love. Yeah, man. Yep. Yeah. I talk a little bit different now, 25 years later, yo. We done grown up on the mic now. We speaking loud on. We grown up a little bit. A lot of stuff may have changed, man. Yeah, come on, King Cosmo. You're an idiot, man. I can tell. He say we should drink chemicals so we can speed up evolution and the strong will survive. Stupid. Oh, man. No, we should not. We should not drink chemicals. We should not. We should take a class in chemistry, though. I have. That way, you know when somebody's saying something stupid. Oh, they got synthetic. The body don't read synthetic nothing. It read molecules, atoms. It don't say, I know the humans made this particular compound, and I know that comes from the earth. No. The elements are the elements. A molecule is a molecule. Your body reads the molecules. It does not distinguish. How about that one? That's a simple answer, ain't it? Certainly is. So don't let them trick you. They putting chemicals, they throwing that, they putting the synthetic medicine with the real medicine. Man. Yep, a chemistry class show would clear up a whole lot of misinformation in the African American community. It certainly would, man. Let me drop this in the server. Where the hell is everybody at, man? What the hell y'all doing, man? Y'all went over there listening to somebody try to act like we don't come from Africa. Let me see. Drop this link in there, man. See where the hell y'all at. What the hell y'all doing, man? All right. All right. That's in the thing. Let me grab this. Let me drop this on the social media, man. Yeah, so we done had a lot of foolery going on, period, man. But if you can't get past the God lesson, yo, you can't even get into the science. you ain't gonna be able to make it to the science part of it. You gotta get through the God lesson first. Yeah. You gotta be able to see the human being. That's an all human idea. If you can't even understand that's simple. Seriously. Yeah, that's simple, yeah. Hold on, man. Ain't changing. One second. Oh no, yeah, let me get this right. Man, look. Hold on. Let me drop this link. A couple more places, man. Get these people going. All right. So, for me, staying active, man, and what I'm doing, and just put my best foot forward, yo, and just studying the culture and respecting it. And we got a nice server too, man. If any moderators in the building, man, drop the link to the server, man. We had these scientific conversations, man. If you're afraid of science, man, don't come in. If you're not ready to move your biases to the side, don't come in. Right? Afro Head Science, the Docia, what it do? What it do? How you doing? Big up to you. All right? Big up to you. Big up. You've been in the Discord. Come on, man. You've been in Discord 100 times. You need the Discord link. Hey, Juju, give me the Discord link, please. Savio, acting like, damn well he ain't objective. He's subjective when it come to Christian. Yeah, you can absolutely have course, Ron. Course, Ron, you can do both. Of course, you can do both. You can have science. You just can't mix them because it ain't science no more. But of course, you can have both. But why would you do that? We can't use the God. What can you? All right, when y'all hit the pound, tell me what the hell you can use God for. Name me one thing you can use God for, and I can name 30 things I can use science for. Name me one thing. Okay, when you about to, let me see. I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna put that on the body. Let's see. I can't even think of a good reason for God. Maybe when your mother and them die and you want to, I don't know, man, ease the pain of the death. I don't know. I can't think of nothing. I know a believer can. Yeah, I'm certain a believer can, but I can't. I can't figure it out. And I was supposed to have an interview with Dr. Wilson tomorrow, but he canceled until next week. So next Friday, we're going to have Dr. Wilson on. Juju is funny. Let me grab the link for y'all real quick. Juju, funny. It's funny. All right. I don't want to see that. Hold on. All right, let me drop the link for y'all. This ain't the link. What is this? Okay. I don't want to add a friend. I want to add. All right, hold on. Hey, what I want to do is I want to get y'all in. I can't even get, I'll never grab the link from the, all right, hold on. All right, because I'll never grab it from my desktop. Invite all right. Okay. All right, here you go. I am computer literate, god darn it. Yeah, it is making stuff up. All right, there go the link to the server, man. There you go. All right. What? Anyway. All right, so that's the link to the server. All right. And got about 49,000 in the building, man. I appreciate everybody in here, man. We have 51 minutes. So just to recap the lesson real quick, I wanted to show you how we all came to call ourselves gods, or we got it from hip hop, right? We got it from the nation gods on earth. And they was misunderstanding Hebrew culture. Later on, it would come back to bite you, because then you would actually start to think that, God damn. Damn. That's killing me. Yeah, it will come back to bite you, because later on you will start to digest the biblical text and make it yours. And then here's the wild part. You'll take the Bible and you'll change it into some kind of new age book and want to adhere to the rules and regulations. Yeah, there's rules and regulations to the biblical text. It's a Hebrew text. You can't make up your own African American rules. You can't make the God that you got to stick to the culture itself. And that's what we don't want to do. We don't want to stick to the culture. We want to kind of like make our own thing. That's what then write your own book. Hell, I wrote my own book. Write your own book then. Like you got to use the Bible like that's the only book to talk about a deity. It's not. But if you use that book, you got to adhere to the rules. The rules is very simple. It's a cultural container of ideas, and you can't change it. Let me see what we got in this chat here. What we got in here? Yeah, I'm here playing Black Widow to the Who you rescuing? Oh, you see those in there acting crazy? Can't make your own rules up for the Bible. The rules is already, it's built in already. It's a cult. You can't tell a person how to live their damn culture when they write their culture. You can't tell, you can't come in and change that. It is. It's a Hebrew book, Hebrew story, written by Hebrew people for Hebrew. It just is, man. And then they extend it with Christianity, written in Kohan Greek. So these Hebrew, they still Hebrew authors because the original Christians, they was Hebrews because Christianity is a Jewish sect. And then it separated and became separate, right? But it's still written by Hebrews, right? And to the now they go into the rest of the known world, which ain't the whole damn world. That's another thing. We disrespect geography. We disrespect time and space. The Bible, the New Testament, Old Testament is not talking about the whole world. And the God ain't the God of the whole world. It's the God of the Hebrew world. Jesus Christ is the God of the Hebrew world again that has accepted everybody else in the known world. And I use the word known world because they ain't know about the whole world. And if you can keep that proper context, yo, then you can stand. You got something to stand on. But if you lose that, get all googly-eyed, start thinking God created the whole world and think it was you and all that. You start to think you was in the Garden of Eden. Hell, you wasn't in no damn Garden of Eden. Indigenous African people go back 350,000 years ago. And when nobody thinking about no Garden of Eden 350,000 years ago. Man, y'all should write it out sometime to help you through your religion, yo. Write the damn thing out. Say Garden of Eden, we can literally chart when the story of the Garden of Eden was presumably written. Yeah, but that was the God. No, it wasn't. No mention of that God yet. I'm just giving you some straight up and down ways to get the nonsense out your head, man. Yeah. The Hebrews is wild. Hey, God created it in 7 days. God ain't creating nothing in 7 days. Men, human beings wrote and said that. And the reason they said 7 days, because they ain't know. They ain't know at 600 BCE. 200 BCE, they ain't know. They ain't had no idea. They probably thought it was 7 days, literally. And they probably thought somebody reached out and grabbed some dirt and blew into it. They literally thought that. So if the Hebrews can literally think that God reached down and grabbed some dirt and molded Adam out of the clay, the dust of the ground, and then blew through some dirt, then why couldn't the Egyptians believe the same thing? Because they did. I'm gonna pull that up in a minute, man. Let me do the chair. We got some jewels here. 2 jewels. Silver Star, man. Ain't nothing but love there, J Snakes. Nothing but love, man. Nothing but love. Black Panthers in the damn building. So let me see. Let me show y'all the Egyptian creation thing real quick. All right, so I verified that some of the earliest writing ain't had nothing to do with God. Ain't that a trip? Wouldn't God make each culture write about it? Yeah, that's funny, right? You don't think I'm being funny. I'm not being funny. I'm keeping it real. Try and keep it real with you. All right, let me see. Hold on. I wanna. What I said I wanted to do, I wanted to put the, hold on 1 second. Let me show you real fast. Let me just show you the archaeologist that actually, look at the guy that actually, Dryer. All right, here you go, real quick. Talking about the Egyptian writing is phonetic. Oh, there you go. All right, Gunther Dryer. I will call real writing is, let me see, phonetic writing. That was the invention as far as we know by the Egyptians. Yep, but here go the archaeologists that actually found that early writing right here. There's definitely a dispute. You don't just run out there and say the Egyptians had the oldest writing, the Sumerians had the older writing, because all that's in dispute. It's been in dispute. And what you need to know is your ancestors didn't do it. How about that? Stay right there. You get enough strength in your heart. And then you start to recognize that, hell, some of the greatest civilization that was built didn't have writing, like in Western Central Africa. They're great civilizations. Man, they got you stuck on the pyramids because that's a white boy thing to look at the daggone, look at the burial ceremony and make that the greatest thing in the culture. Yo, but how about looking at the inoculation or violation? How is that not the greatest thing ever known in humanity? Yeah, so y'all know we're in a time we actually we in a period of vaccinations, man, where where we fight against the pathogens. Which actually help our immune system, prepare our immune system, give our immune system an early warning, the code, right? For the daggone pathogens that ain't with no damn way, yo. So yeah, we're in the age of vaccinations, man. Yeah, the Egyptians ain't making it. They were 25, they was dropping off because they had high infant mortality rates. All right. That's not to say some people didn't live to 90 years old. It's not to say that. It's not to say that some people that's say that they had high infant mortality rates. So the average lifespan was about 30 years old. Okay? Simple. No vaccines, no nothing. They relied on their immune system. So for 350,000 years, humans relied on their immune system. And the population didn't boom to about 8 billion, 9 billion until you had science. Different modes of food production and vaccines. Simple as that. All right. So I think that's important for y'all to kind of get that down there. There's something else I wanted to show y'all. Damn, and it wasn't the vaccine. Let me see. Dang. What in the world I wanted to show y'all? Let me see. No, that ain't it. I can't even find it. Damn, I had it in my daggone queue. Man. All right, well, I can't find it. I thought I had it. I don't got that. Anyway. All right, so. Got to think one more time. I was only planning on doing an hour anyway. Do no long one today. Get in and get it out, man. We're trying to go live, man, on a regular basis, man. That way y'all get used to me being here all the time. All right? Do that. Catch y'all right. Damn, I could have sworn I had one more thing I wanted to put, but I can't damn find it, man. Shoot. Hey. Hey, let me see here, man. Man. What the hell? Let me see if I can find this damn. Shoot. Let's look on some cave walls or something. Let's see. Swimmer's cave. Let's see. Let's see if we find. See how many guards we can find. Let's see how many guards we can find, yo. Let's go to rock all that gift Gabir. We're gonna come to the Bradshaw Foundation. I've been looking at this site for 20 years. 20 of them, yo. 25 years I've been looking at this. All right, let's see if we can find some guards for you on the walls, yo. Bet you don't find it. All righty. Okay, so this is Swimmer's Cave. This is the actual thing. All right. Let me see if I can find some guards on here for y'all. Or something that might look like a guard. All right. Oh, shoot. All right, so this is the actual cliff that they on. See it? Can I make it bigger? Damn. What's this? Oh, well, got that. I'm trying to be too slick. I slick myself. I did too much. Dang. Let me get back to regular. Can y'all see that? Dang, can I make it bigger? Shoot. No, that's too slick. But y'all can see what it actually looked like. But hold on. That's a little bit too slick. I know what did it. Way too. No, damn it. Shoot. Yeah, I done did too much, yo. I done got too slick. Yeah, I ain't gonna be able to, y'all barely can see this. I done went to a virtual world. What the hell is a virtual museum? Let me get back to the website. Let me get back to reality for a minute. All right. Let me see if I can get out of here so y'all can see the daggone thing. This ain't it. This guy is deep. Deep. We deep. Let me see if I can get out of here. We too deep. Let's get back to earth here. God damn. All right, let's start back over here. Let's get back here. We too deep. We was too deep. We was deep into a virtual thing. Man, all right, let me just get something regular here. All right, rock art, swimmer's cave. All right, here you go. Back to the basics, y'all. I couldn't handle it. It was a lot. It was a lot. It's a virtual thing. All right. Okay, I see animals. All right, this is clearly humans. Hunting. They called the swimmer's cave because they were swimming. Let me see, it was water in the Sahara. All right. All right, that's that they looking outside the cave. That's a look, looking outside the cave. All right, so they swimming. All right, it's up close. Let's give Kabir. That's in Egypt too, just for the record. All right. All right, it seems I see some like maybe a ceremony. I got the actual text itself. It says Wadi Surah from between 6,100 to 4,800 BCE. Ain't no Sumer, ain't none of that yet. It's in Africa. All right. Yeah. Very interesting right there. All right. What you don't see is no damn gods. That's for sure. All right, so let's go. Let me see. Rock art. Trying to find some gods. Can we find some gods? Some rock art? Nope. Look. Giraffe rock art. And doubles. Nope. That's in the Sahara. And still no gods yet. We looking for the gods of gods, remember? Yeah, our mind just been conditioned one way, yo. Like we think the humans start off with God. They did not. All right, that's the area that we was in. All right. Let's see what we got right here. Let's go to rock art Niger. Looking for the gods. Here goes some. Let's see where they at. Double site. Ostrich, nope. Let's see what this is. Rounded head figures. Maybe these the gods. What y'all think? They're like some afros. I ain't tripping right here. You probably took some acid or something. Look at him. Nope, that's the round-headed figures. Still no gods. I would think this would be the closest thing to it, huh? Let's move to a different part. Let's move to a different part of Africa real quick while we're doing it. Let's see. Something slick. I'm gonna come to this map. I like this because this kind of take you around the world. All right. So this map right here is the Rock Art Network. All right, take a screenshot of that. So this map is showing you different parts of the world, right? And let me see. Let me look at these numbers on here. 1 through 13. They got 13 sites in Africa. 13, 14. All right. Let's start off with 1. Figure 1, Cave, Spain. I don't want to go to Spain. Mexico. I don't want to go to Mexico. No, hold on. Let me see. All right, see if we can get here. Let's look at that. Tassili. No, okay. Okay, that's Tassili. We won't be able to see it. Let me see if I can get here so we can see it. I can't even click on. Shoot. Dang. I must not be navigating the damn thing right. It's definitely a UNESCO site. Y'all heard of UNESCO. Of course you did. We always talk about when we talk about the Cairo Symposium, all that. That's held by UNESCO. So they actually protect historic sites. Very important, for your education. Wadi Rum, protected area. I'm just hate to say it, man. Most of this rock art, man, you'll see it, you see some symbolic stuff, but it's really it's really based. A lot of rock art is the animals in the world they live in, which would make sense, right? So early man belief is surrounded by things things that's important for food, clothing, and shelter. We say it all the time. So if you're gonna have a religion, make it your food, clothing, and shelter. Yeah, I think that's essential. And you can find rock all around the world, but I just, I particularly just, I suggest y'all take a trip. Go visit some of these sites. It ain't got to be Africa in particular. Don't gotta be. Could be, but don't have to be. Well, I can't even click this shit on, boy. Stop making me hot. All right, and click that on. Can I click that on? All right. In Africa. Algeria. All right. That's silly. They pretty much use the same colors. That's a gazelle, I believe. Deeply engraved antelope. All right, so it's got the bush on. Got the body art. Animals. Yeah, so we can look at the rock art, man, and tell what the hell motherfuckers was dealing with. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they don't do a whole lot of God things, bro. I'm telling you, hunting. Yeah. Like in some of these depictions, you'll see like holes in the wall. You can tell they were shooting at the animals on the rock. I guess it felt like if you could kill an animal right there, it'll help. It'll make it easier for the hunt. Yeah, because hunting is dangerous business. You can get eaten. You don't got to necessarily come victorious. Everything trying to survive. Yeah. So that's rock formation. Where we at? Tassili is a vast plateau, southeast Algeria at the border of Libya, Nigeria, Niger, and Mali. Yeah, I think we already seen that. Yeah. Peace to you, Bond Dog. We just doing something, just trying to show y'all, what I like to do. Shoot, let me do something I like to do. I like to go through here and just show y'all stuff y'all ain't necessarily looked at, man. I can't do this. I can't spook it out. I can't, yo. Man, I can't do that right now. I see you, IDK. All right, let me see what else we got here. All right. So if we looking for the history, man, it's all right here, yo. It ain't amongst the pseudo because they don't know. Ice Age, art, cave. Hold on, let me see. Italy, Canada, Brazil, America, South America. Didn't it show the South African rock art? Always animals. Always their natural world. So this is South Africa. See what we got here. Yeah, we ain't out there looking. Yep. Always animals. Dancing with a bow and arrow. Oh, that snake. Mm-hmm. Yep, clearly African people. Let's see. Yep. Mm-hmm. Always the animals, always humans interacting with the animals. Always somebody else looking. Yeah, we're gonna start taking some trips. Mm-hmm. Start get our own files together. Sand rock art. Yeah, so if you want to know what early man was doing, just look at his art. And then you can literally, come the closer you get to this time period, the more you'll start finding them religious uh religious symbols and stuff that you're gonna be more familiar with. But they definitely wasn't doing the one nothing. It seems to be it's like a woman giving birth. Arrow. She was giving birth with the arrow on her hand. Some more rock art. Beautiful. Yeah. Damn, well, they ain't jumping that high. They definitely ain't got no clothes on. Like I always say, early humans ain't had no damn clothes on. But there you go. They on a hunt. Always hunting. Yeah. Humans coming in different flavors. That's beautiful land there. This is all sand rock art right here. Oh, there you have it. He said the good old days when nobody was trying to steal their gold. No, they weren't trying to steal the gold. No, they wasn't. All right, let me see here. All right, I just wanted to give y'all a little bit, man. Give y'all a little lesson, man, and get out of here, man. All right, figure out what's going on in the rest of the world, man. But I appreciate everybody coming through, man. Show some love, man. Hit the Cash App. I ain't dropped the Cash App today. Let me drop the Cash App. Let me see what that. Let me see what we got going here. Drop that. Drop that Cash App. Show some love, man. Hit the super chat. Do that. You know, everything is appreciated. You know how we do, right? Yeah, I just wanted to get in a little something, man. Had something ready for y'all tomorrow, man. Yeah, I see you, man. I ain't gonna make you famous. Damn, let you stand in chat ignorant. You just said anything. Say, Dan can't spell my name right, but spell my damn name right. You start talking crazy to me, man. Spell that damn name right, man. That name right, man. Man, make sure y'all like and subscribe, man, to the Community Skeptics, man. Sa.neter Studios, man. And y'all know the pseudo killers, man. You know we doing it right, man. This little lesson. Is it the gods? Oh God, we couldn't find too many gods on the cave art. What we found was resources. Some of the earliest writing, what we found was tags for products and goods dealing with the money. So the rock art ain't depicting no particular gods at all. For the most part, we don't speak in absolutes. They was depicting food, clothing, and shelter, hunting, tools, their daily life, what they believed in. We ain't see all that. We ain't see the gods. All right? We see the multiplicity of things. The earliest writing ain't had nothing to do with God and all to do with resources and counting their money. Then you'll start to read about the gods. And then later on, about 4,000 years later, then the one God pops up. And that pops up in Africa with Akhenaten. And they wasn't going for that. They wrote his name out of history. He built the Amana capital. Built his own capital. And guess what? He wasn't even taking care of his business right. He writing letters. He's not, they saying, the empire is being attacked. He was too spooked out. Look up the Amana letters. He wouldn't even help nobody. He was spooked out. Spent a lot of money on the god, yo. That faded. Then the Egyptians went back to the gods. Majority of African people have the gods or the ancestors or the multiplicity of things, animism. Later on, right, after Zoroastrianism, because you got Akhenaten, then you got Zoroastrianism, then you get Judaism, Christianity, and last but not least, Islam. The Muslims colonized parts of Africa. All right. West Africa, North Africa. They bring their religion there. They destroy the culture. And they got them on the one God. And they still fighting to this very day. In Africa. Still trying to kill indigenous people that got more than one God. Craziest thing ever. Then they colonized the world, colonial powers, the Portuguese, Spain, and them. Under the banner of the one God. Remember they drew that line down the map. Whatever nation did you find that does not have a Christian monarch, you can enslave them and bring them to Christ. Crazy work, ain't it? Crazy work, man. Man, appreciate y'all, man. Man, let's get up out of here, man.
Yeah. But stay literate. Teachers teaching.
Lack of knowledge, it's a deficit. Why don't you get with it? Can you get with it? Monumental task without it. Why not get with it? Niggas get having fits and never a quick fix. Trick doing tricks for preacher in the pulpit. The religious think science to be a trick, but it's a religious trick. Pull out a blick, pray to Jesus, but still selling bricks. You still don't get it. You're still with it. Now you're in deficit. So what can science fix? Can't fix your ignorance. Your constant belligerence keeps y'all in the trick. In the trick, that's just content. We stay at cap. What we do with that? We teach the teacher's teacher. Call cap on the preacher. If this was knowledge, you're in the bleachers. The pseudo slick, producing magic tricks. It's all a trick. Back to not reaching you. We the teacher's teacher, calling cap on the preacher. The grift of thirsting with as a grift. There's no lifting. The tide is shifting. We practice steam. We are lift. It's a polished gift. So what can science fix? Science can't fix your ignorance. Your constant belligerence keeps y'all in the trick. Still in the trick. That's just content. We stay at cap. No time for the grift. We killing pseudo, no that's lit. Shit stay lit. We never quit. Not one bit. The literacy is lit. Killing them with the science shit. Whoa. Teachers teaching. Call cap. Stay lit. Steve. Lift.
And appreciate the 10 jewels, man. Happy poop. That's stupid. Oh, man. 440 jewels, man. Uncle Larry. Brian Russell, man. Appreciate that love, man. Appreciate the super chats today, man. We reached our goal on that, man. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate all the supporters, man. We're going to keep teaching, man. We're going to stay on that science shit, man. Appreciate you, man. Look out for next week. We had an interview. We're going to have Dr. Wilson on, talking about the vaccines. I'm going to let y'all up. Y'all ask y'all questions, man. Don't get stupid and put you out. We have a guest in the house. I like y'all got some sense, man. Also, we're going to have Dr. Andy on talking about evolutionary psychology. All right? So, we got these interviews with experts coming through, man. Brought to you by the community skeptics, man, and pseudo killers, man. We appreciate everybody, man. And just keep learning, man. Keep learning. All right? Keep learning. Happy poop. Well, you crazy work right here, man. Crazy work. Anyway, man, I'm your host, Bobby Bangin. With that, we out. Maybe I'll go over there and beat up on the sa.neter crowd for a minute. Well, I'm gonna put one hand behind my back.